Hi, people of God. If you can see me, God bless you. So let's talk about the idea of old souls. We will look at it biblically, spiritually, psychologically, and socially, and the real truth. Let's start off with, what is the idea of an old soul? An old soul is often someone, a young person or a child, who exhibits wisdom far beyond their years, emotional maturity, and a seriousness beyond their age group's comprehension. And most times, some people interpret that and also is you have all of that knowledge and all of that experience because you've been here before. What is the truth about old souls? Biblically, the Word of God says in Hebrews 9:27, and it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. So, reincarnation is a lie. So if you're an old soul, it directly contradicts this verse. The Bible also tells us God formed your soul intentionally before your life began. Before everyone's life began, He formed it. Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. So what you're sensing is not past life. It's something else. And it can feel like, oh, I've been here before. I already know how this ends. I already know this. This world isn't new to me. But biblically, you can understand it as you were known by God before you were sent here, but you haven't lived here before. So God Himself encoded your soul with a mission on earth. You need to go within to find that out, but you have not lived here before. So the spiritual reality, there are two possible interpretations as to why you may feel like you're an old soul. One would be genuine discernment from God. So some of us are given heightened spiritual sensitivity, able to discern people's motives. We carry wisdom beyond our age. It's biblical. Solomon asked God for wisdom and he received. Thus, your ability to read people quickly, sense things before they happen, not be impressed by worldly things, aligns more with discernment than reincarnation. Psychologically, you likely developed pattern recognition and early awareness due to your experiences, and that developed advanced pattern recognition. Able to read behaviors early, can preempt people's responses, actions, intentions. So you're hyper aware from your environment, your trauma, or differences, or upbringing, wherever that stems from, the hyper awareness. So you have emotional intelligence beyond your years because you've had to process a lot of things alone. You're not really alone with God. Especially if you went through difficult experiences early, you didn't quite fit into social patterns, you observed more than you participated, possibly. So this creates that feeling of, I already know how this will go. And that is discernment, that is spiritual sensitivity. But not because you've lived here before. It is because you have seen the pattern before. So you know how it ends. And if you're neurodivergent, as I am, this can amplify it so much. Your pattern recognition would be off the chain. Your social observation would be through the roof. Your detachment from social norms would be out of this world. You won't be impressed by dating trends. You won't be impressed by status, hierarchy. There's a lot of things that won't interest you. So whilst others are playing the script or in script, you are just watching the script. So that alone can make you feel, I don't belong here. Or I've outgrown this already, right? But you haven't been here before. Nobody has been to Earth before. Earth is the densest planet. To be honest, if you have been here before, why would you want to come back? But you haven't though. Earth is so ghetto anyways. Socially, so society uses old souls as a shortcut to describe people who are different, in their way of thinking, mannerisms, they mature early, they're spiritually aware, emotionally deep, not easily influenced. So when they don't have the language for the old soul, they'll call you weird, they'll call you crazy, different things, right? Society just didn't have the language for it. So what they were looking to say is, you're spiritually sensitive, you're gifted, you have God-given discernment, you have a calling, you have spiritual awareness. So it replaces it with, you've lived here before. But that's not truth. That's cultural interpretation. Therefore, don't let the world redefine your experiences into something unbiblical. You're not reincarnated. Your soul is not recycled. You haven't been here before. You're not returning. What you are is sent, aware, and discerning. And you just see clearly in a world where most people don't.